Jayesh Shah. I'm a professor in Department of Statistics. I have done my BSc, MSc and PhD in statistics. Without wasting time, let us discuss first of all syllabus. There are 4 units in our SEM 1 in statistics. One topic, that means 1 unit. One topic, that means 1 unit. One of the topic is linear regression. That is same topic, regression, that you studied in your 12th standard. But here some modifications are there. Some advanced level we have to study in that particular topic, regression. Another topic, that is business forecasting. Third one, that is association of attributes. Fourth one, that is demographic method. Now, actually, we are 3 professors, Dr. M.M. Desai, Dr. Chirag Trivedi sir, and myself. Now, Dr. Desai, madam, will retire in 2 days only, 2 to 3 days. So the remaining portion of means their portion we have to distribute in 2 parts. That is one by taken by Dr. Chirag Trivedi. He is the head of the department of our statistics department. Now, without wasting time, let us discuss linear regression. Regression, okay. The Gujarati of that regression, linear regression, Gujarati of that Surek Niyasaban. Now, regression. Any of you know what is the definition of regression? Any of you know what is the definition of regression? Any of you know the definition of regression? Yes, please. Roll number 74.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So linear regression means when two variables are correlated, then to estimate the value of dependent variable for some given value of independent variable.
Perfect. Perfect. So you are absolutely right. Regression. If I want to write in a, see, that is the use of regression. Whatever you say, that is the use of regression when two variables are correlated. And if you want to estimate the value of one variable, that means dependent variable, for the given value of independent variable, we have to use regression. We have to use regression. Once again, that is the use of regression. What is the use of regression? If there are two variables and if they are correlated, and if we want to get the idea about the independent variable for the given value of independent variable, in that case we have to use regression. But my question is, what is regression? You are absolutely right, nothing wrong in it. If you explain what is regression in that way, people will get the idea about regression. But what is the definition of regression?
Sir, I have answer.
Okay, yes, please.
A measure of the relation between the mean value of one variable and corresponding values of other variables.
Is known as regression.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Any of you another one? Another one wants to give the answer? Any of you wants to give the answer in a different way? Yeah, this is the correct answer. Roll number 211. This is the correct, perfect answer. The functional relation between two variable, correlated variable is regression. Perfect answer. This is the answer that I want. So what is regression? Now please don't write in a message. Okay, you can speak. Otherwise, every time I'm not able to see this messages. Okay, this is the perfect definition. The functional relationship between two variables. Which variable? Correlated variable is regression. Perfect. So now what is linear regression? Any of you? This is perfect definition. The functional relationship between two correlated variable is a regression. That is perfect. Now the question is, what is linear regression? Any of you? The name of the topic is linear regression. Okay, so only one change in the definition. The relationship, linear functional relationship between two variable, correlated variable is a linear regression. Now, do you know what is linear function? Any of you? What is linear function? The functional relation. Here it is given that the functional relation. Now only one change is we require to do in the definition for linear regression, that is the linear functional relation. Functional relation. Now what is linear function? Any of you? What is the form of linear regression? Linear function. What is the form of linear function? What is the form of linear function? Okay, let me give me the let you give me the answer for y on x regression line. Any of you? What is the form of y on x regression line? Please don't write in a message. Please don't write in a message. Your answer is perfect. A plus bx. Y equal to a plus bx. That is the correct answer. This is known as the y on x regression line. Here we have to study two regression lines, x on y and y on x. The form of x on y is same like this. X equal to a plus by. But now the symbol for this b is changed. It should be byx. And here it should be bxy. Now byx and bxy, they are known as the regression coefficients. They are known as the regression coefficients. So now what is the use of regression line? If we know the value of one variable, now see, I'm not able to decide which one is a independent and which one is the dependent. Every time it is not possible. Let us take one example. Okay, first of all, what is the meaning of variable? Any of you? Please don't write. You speak. That is better. What is the definition of variable? Any of you? Okay. Definition of variable, which varies from unit to unit. The measurement which varies from unit to unit is known as the variable. Now, variables are normally denoted by x, y, z, like that. So, let us take an example. Height and weight. See, by taking the survey of, let us say, 20 students regarding their height and weight. So can you tell me which one is dependent variable and which one is independent variable? This is
No,
height
sir. No, sir.
x variable y. Yeah. Which one
No,
is
sir.
dependent? Is it possible to say
No,
anything
sir.
about dependent? Yeah, it is
It
not
is not
possible to
possible.
say anything. Yes, correct. You are right. So there is a mutual relation. There is a mutual relation between height and weight. Now, if there is a question, if we know the height of one of the student, let us say student number 21, if we know the height of this student, and if you want to estimate the weight on the basis of this data, if you want to estimate the weight for that student, which regression line we have to use?
Anyone, sir.
Yeah, you can use any one, but when we decided this height is x and weight is y, in that case, which line you can you have to use?
Y on X.
Correct, y on x. And for the same data, if we know the height weight of one of the student, another student, and if we want to find out the height of that student, then obviously in that case we have to use x on y regression. Correct. And that is why there are two regression line. One is y on x, other one is x on y. Because there are two variables. Now, in real life, in practical life, there are very rare chance of two variables. There are multiple variables are there. Let us take one small example. Let us say yield of crop. Yield of crop, it depends on number of things. Let us say water supply, fertility of the land. These are the two main variables, let us assume. So in this case, your crop, that is seed, for some number of years or some places, and now if we have a knowledge about water supply and fertility of the land for any one particular place, and on the basis of this data we want to estimate the value of crop. So in that case, if this is my x, this is y, and this is z, then I have to use regression line of x on y and z. X on y and z, and the form of that is x equal to a plus by plus cz. And if we know the value of y and z, you can estimate the value of x. So here there are more than two variables. So regression line is possible for any number of variables. If you use another factor, this is, let us say, fertility, and let us use fertilizer. That is one another variable, and we have a data for that. So in that case, there are more than two variables. Sorry, three variables. There are four variables. So we require regression line of x on y, z, and w. But these are not in our syllabus. We have to study regression only for two variables, and once we don't know, once we have an idea which one is dependent and which one is independent, according to that we have to use the regression line. Okay, so now the question is how to calculate, see, regression line of y on x and regression line of x on y. So what is the form of y on x? Y equal to a plus bx, and here x equal to a plus by. But here a and b are constants. Here also a and b are constants. X and y are variable. Now by using the given data, we have to calculate the value of a and b. And once we have a value of a and b, for the given value of x we can estimate the value of y, and here for given value of y we can estimate the value of x. So now the question is how to calculate a and b. So let us assume a equal to 2 and b equal to 3. So once we know the value of a and b, we can easily write this equation. And now for different value of x, we get different values of y. This y is sometimes also known as function of x, and that is why this is known as the functional relation. Okay, now the question is how to obtain the value of a and b. So for that we require some information which is known as data. So if we have information about past or present but for more than one observation, if we have values of x and y, now by using this x, different values of x and y, we have to find out a and b, and to calculate a and b we have to use one of the method. Any of you know the method, name of the method? Which method we have to use here to calculate the value of a and b? Any of you?
Method of least.
Absolutely right. Least square method. You are absolutely right. So here we have to use one of the method which is known as the least square method. The whole procedure is beyond of the scope of our syllabus. So just you have to remember the name of the method, least square method. By using least square method, we are able to calculate the value of a and b. And there is a formula. If we use this method, least square method, after certain derivation, we get the value formula for a and b. Now the question is, what is the formula of a and b? So let us discuss first of all formula of b. Here b is denoted by byx, which is known as the regression coefficient of y on x regression line, and here b is denoted by bxy. Now the question is, what is the formula of byx? So the formula for byx is r into sy upon sx, or you can write r into sigma y upon sigma x. Either you can write sx or sigma x, it's same thing. R into sigma x upon sigma y, or you can write r into sx upon sy. Now the question is, what is r? So r, here r is same for both because rxy and ryx is same. Ryx or rxy, it's same. Rxy or ryx, it is same thing. That is the symbol of correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient. And what is sigma x and sigma y? Any of you know?
Standard deviation.
Correct. So this is standard deviation of x. This is standard deviation of y. Now, once we have a value of correlation, standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y, we are able to calculate the value of b. And once we have a b, we can easily calculate value of a. So first of all, we have to find out the value of b, and for that we require to calculate the value of r, sx and sy. Now you know very well what is the formula of standard deviation of x. Okay, what is the formula of standard deviation of x? Any of you? What is the formula of standard deviation of x?
Root of
Correct.
sigma x minus x bar the whole square upon n.
Perfect. This is the formula. So obviously standard deviation of y, same formula, root of y minus y bar the whole square upon n. Okay. Do you know another form of this formula?
Root of sigma x square upon n minus sigma x upon n the whole square.
Perfect. So the same thing here. So once we have different values of x and y, And if you want to calculate standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y, it's very easy to calculate. Just take the total of this, you will get sigma x, total of this sigma y. Take the square of different values of x and add, you will get sigma x square. And take the different values of square of the different values of y and add all that, so you will get sigma y square. And see how many observations are there in x. So that is our n. So once we have a n, sigma x, sigma y, sigma x square, substitute all these values in the formula, use the simple calculator, you will get the values of sx and sy. So once we have sx and sy, now only the question is how to calculate r. Once we have r, it is very easy to obtain b, because we know how to calculate sx and sy. Now the question is how to calculate r. Okay, any of you know the formula of correlation coefficient?
Covariation of xy upon sigma x into sigma y.
Correct. Correct. Either you can use this or this, sigma x or sigma y, same thing. So the formula for r is covariance, COVXY. The full form of that is covariance of x and y upon sx, sy. Sx and sy, we know that how to calculate that one. So there is no question for this denominator part. Now the question for numerator, that is what? Covariance. Okay, do you know what is variance? What is
Square of
variance?
standard deviation.
Square of standard deviation. Yes, you are right. Sx is root sigma x minus x bar the whole square upon n. This is standard deviation. If we take square on both the sides, we get only this part. Root will cancel, and this is nothing but what? Variance. Variance of x. Similarly, you can find out variance of y. Now here it is a covariance of x and y, combination of this. So any of you know the formula for that? Covariance of x, y and y?
Y minus y bar upon n.
No. Once again.
Sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon n.
You are right. Now it's same. Like, see, we know the formula of sx square. Now sy square. Sigma y minus y bar the whole square upon n. Now combine this. So it is known as covariance. So instead of square, you can write here y minus y bar. Or here you can write x minus x bar. It's same thing, and that becomes the formula of covariance of xy. So the formula of covariance of xy is sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon n. Do you know another form of this?
Sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n.
Correct. So this is the another formula of covariance of xy. So once we have x and y, just multiply this x into y. So we get sigma xy. Do you know how to calculate x bar? What is the formula of x bar?
Summation x upon n.
Correct. And y bar sigma y upon n. So sigma x, sigma y. Once we know the total of x and total of y divided by n, you will get x bar, y bar. So now everything is known. Sigma xy is known, x bar, y bar, n is known. Substitute all these values, you will get covariance of xy. And once we have a covariance of xy, use the formula covariance of xy upon sx into sy, you will get the value of r. Once we have a r, to calculate byx, multiply r with sy upon sx, you will get byx, and to obtain bxy, multiply r with sx upon sy, you will get bxy. So by using data means information, it is very easy to obtain standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y, and correlation. And once we have all that thing, it is simple to obtain the value of bxy as well as byx. Okay. Now you use this formula covariance of xy upon sx sy here, the formula of R, and if you keep this sy upon sx as it is, or here if you use the same formula, covariance of xy upon sx into sy into sx upon sy, then what will happen? It is possible to cancel this sy. So here we get another form of byx, that is what? Covariance of xy upon sx square. That means covariance of x and y divided by variance of x. If we cancel this, so we get bxy. So it is covariance of xy upon sy square. That means what? Variance of y. So this is another form of without r. You can obtain direct byx without r. So if you don't know r, from the data you can find out covariance of xy and sx square. Take the ratio, you will get the answer. We also know that formula of covariance of xy. We know the formula of covariance of xy. That is nothing but sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n, and keeping this sx square as it is. So this is another form of byx. Here bxy, if we use the formula of covariance of xy, sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n, so we get another form of byx. Okay, there is one another way. We know the formula of sx square. Just now we discussed the formula of sx square, that is what? Variance of x. So because of square we have to remove the root part. So what we get? Sigma x minus x bar the whole square upon n only. So putting the value of sx square, we get this formula. Here in this, if we put the formula of sy square, so it is sigma y minus y bar the whole square upon n, and if we cancel this n, so we get another form of byx, that is what? Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon sigma x minus x bar the whole square, and here we get same thing, bxy, sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon sigma y minus y bar the whole square. Or else you can use the another form of byx, that is another form of another formula of covariance of xy, another formula of covariance of xy. Instead of sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n, you can use another formula and you can substitute that in this formula, then we get another form of byx. So byx, another form of byx, you can write like this: sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n into sx square. So by using the formula, another formula of covariance of xy, we get this thing. And here the formula of bxy is sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n into sx square. Sorry, sy square. Okay, or you can use another. You can use the formula of sy square here, sigma x minus x bar the whole square upon n, and you can simplify. You will get the answer. So there are number of ways to define the same formula byx. Okay, now the question is, whatever the formula you can use to calculate byx, now the question is how to calculate a. So see, we know the formula. Regression line of y on x, it is y equal to a plus bx, and here the formula is x equal to a plus by. And once we have a value of b, to calculate a, simply take this to bx in left side, so we get a equal to y minus bx. And here we get a equal to x minus by. We know the formula of, we know the value of b by using for any of the formula you can calculate b. That is, b means here byx, here b is bxy. Now the question is, what is x and y? Because we have a number of values of x and y. We have a number of values of x and y. Which value of x and y we have to assume here? We have a only fixed value of b. B is fixed here. But there are number of values of x and y. The question is which value of x and y we have to use? The answer is difficult. So take the average value. Means find out x bar and y bar. So instead of x and y, use x bar and y bar. Instead of x, use x bar and y bar. So this becomes the formula of A. A equal to y bar minus bx bar. Simply you can take this value in another side. So we get A equal to y minus bx. But instead of x and y, you have to assume x bar. You have to take the value of x bar and y bar. Here same thing. So once we have data x and y, once we have information regarding x and y, first of all you have to calculate value of b, then after a, and once we have a and b, for the given value of x you can estimate the value of y, or for given value of y you can estimate the value of x. So this is the role of regression line. This is the way to calculate regression line. Now any of you have any question, you can ask your doubt. Up to this, if you have any question, you can ask your doubt.